Hello, I'm Nicole Moore and welcome to Winchester News Online. These are the latest headlines. Raiders smash and grab at local Tesco. Southampton Airport plans dramatic expansion. And it was a banging Saturday night in Winchester. Now, our top story. A local Tesco was badly damaged as an ATM was stolen with the use of a JCB digger. Our reporter Harry Acton has more.
Residents in Kingsworthy woke up to a bit of a shock on Monday morning. Their local Tesco Express store fell victim to a ramraid attack, with thieves targeting the shop's cash machine. Using a JCB digger, thieves rammed the front of the shop, pulling down the supporting structure around the cash machine. They have left a trail of destruction, littering the area around the shop with debris. With such extensive damage, it is not yet known when the store will reopen, though works to make the area safer underway, and Tesco are working hard to reopen the store. A Tesco spokesperson said, "We can confirm that a robbery took place on Monday morning at our Kingsworthy Express store, and we are assisting the police with their investigations. We are working hard to reopen the store as soon as possible, and would like to apologise to our customers for any inconvenience caused." It is believed that this is the third time thieves have targeted this store. Harry Acton, Winchester News Online.
A display to remember. Winchester Cathedral unveils over 2,000 poppies for Remembrance Day.
In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row. It is this poem that made the poppy what it is today, a resilient memorial to the war dead, and what led to Winchester's new commemoration for Armistice Day. 100 years on from World War I, the display is just the start of the cathedral's remembrance events. Over 2,000 knitted poppies line the fences outside the cathedral, most hand-knitted by Winchester residents themselves. The project was started by the Royal British Legion Women's Sector. The site has attracted residents and tourists alike.
I think it's very appropriate and beautiful display, and obviously hours and hours of work have gone into them.
I think it's a very nice way to remember. I mean, it's something completely different. I haven't seen it before, and it looks pretty, doesn't it? Yeah. Very nice colours. So.
Yeah. Behind me is quite the sight to behold, and it's just one of many across the United Kingdom. The Royal British Legion hopes to raise up to £50,000 to support veterans, troops and their families. These poppies don't just hold memory for those who died, they also hold hope for a peaceful future. Naomi Collins, Winchester News Online.
Southampton Airport are planning an expansion. Our reporter James Poindexter has more. We join him in the newsroom.
Thanks, Nicole. So, Southampton have planned to improve their airport by expanding massively. They plan to lengthen the runway, which would accommodate larger aircraft and the potential for more destinations. They also would like to expand their airport terminal, introducing a new passenger walkway. They also want to expand their parking facilities for cars. Now, as it stands, the airport introduces 2 million passengers every year to the country, and they want to double this within the next decade. They introduce £1.6 million to the local economy, which they hope to treble to £4 million. Now, Winchester City Council says it is concerned with the amount of noise pollution that could be affecting Winchester residents. Councillor Jan Warwick says, while the council is on board with all this, they want to see additional details about resulting noise impacts, which could have an effect on Winchester residents.
Thank you, James. Now, Winchester City Council are looking at a new initiative to save plastic, but is it too little too late? Renee Shaw reports.
Winchester City Council is looking at ways to reduce single-use plastic. They're thinking of installing public water fountains around the city centre. Councillor Jan Warwick thinks Winchester will see a big difference.
Well, the idea behind public drinking fountains is that we try and take plastic water bottles out of use. Then there will be a reasonable cost, and there's a cost of connecting up. The cost of the water, we will bear that as a council. So we will put 2 or 3 others throughout key sort of areas. One we're looking at is St Maurice's Covered, and the other areas we're considering are Middlebrook Street, so areas where we've got car parks. As you know, Winchester's a really big tourist destination, so a lot of people come here to visit the cathedral and other sites around the city. So we thought that would be a really good addition to what we offer them.
The University of Winchester already have water fountains installed. Liz Harris says that she doesn't know if the council are doing enough quickly enough to make the change.
We're moving in the right direction. Whether we're moving quickly enough is another question. Yeah, fully supportive of it. I think that's a great initiative. And then you find yourself, you're part of then a network so that people can easily get tap water. Why what we want to do is to make sure that that free drinking water is easily accessible across campus wherever you are.
The council is still waiting for the plans to be approved, but for now, keep carrying your reusable bottle. Renee Shaw, Winchester News Online.
New high street security barriers are set to be finished by next week. Winchester Council will be working through the night to make sure the work is done before the busy festive season. Now that Halloween has finished, Christmas is on its way and Southampton's Christmas market is now under construction. There will be over 40 street stalls offering a range of traditional goods just in time for Christmas. The yearly festival will be open to the public on Thursday the 5th of November and will provide all sorts of entertainment featuring an appearance from Father Christmas himself. Plans for the new leisure centre at Bar End were approved on Wednesday. The building will cost £38 million and will replace the one at River Park with new and improved sports facilities. Councillor Griffiths is delighted to reach this important milestone.
It's always a tough process in the Winchester district. You know, people quite rightly are challenging. You know, it affects people's lives and so they have the right to have their say. But it's a matter of finding that compromise that we hope we found to be able to build a fantastic centre, which once it's built, people will be thrilled. It's beautiful, really, really stunning.
Winchester Discovery Centre Library is set to receive £30,000 worth of funding. Katie Whitaker has more.
While the number of public libraries still open in the UK has hit a 10-year low, with 121 libraries closing this year, Winchester County Council took it upon themselves to keep their well-loved library from the same fate, with a humongous £30,000 investment into new stock and restorations.
I think it's sad if a library has to close. And what we're really trying to do is to develop libraries from the days, perhaps when I grew up, when a library was rather dusty and everybody said if you made a noise, and they were just borrowing books from. Now, of course, you know, here we are, we're in a popular cafe, there are meeting rooms which people hire, there are other services being run on the site. There's a theatre here, there's all sorts of things happening. So things have changed, and that's how we keep libraries vibrant, and that's how we keep them open. So it's not all about borrowing books.
Following feedback from customers, some sections of the library will be changed to allow for better access to some of the more popular items. As well as this, the cafe will be kitted out with easily accessible books, so people of all ages can enjoy a drink while reading their favourite novel. Katie Whitaker, Winchester News Online.
Many sports societies at Winchester University require a yearly subscription. However, this year the process has changed. Cristiano has the latest.
Students use societies as a great way to make friends and connect with hobbies, but they often have large sums of money involved. Things like equipment, travel, and facilities. The student union is in charge of making sure that your money doesn't go astray.
All societies and sports teams have an account held within the student union because they derive from being organised by the student union.
However, this year the union has made some changes to the way they handle society subscriptions.
So the only other purchase that we know students make when they join a sports team society is a sub number, so we know that when they're paying their subs, we can collect that same medical information. The added bonus of making sure that we're able to account for it all in the right manner has come from that process changing as well.
The changes come after controversy last year where subs weren't as well managed.
More the fact that it was more making players unhappy, that some people would pay subs, some people hadn't, and that caused more of an issue. I think it's been a lot better this year. The way they've structured the subs this year has been really good. Made sure everyone's paid subs, so that's helped us a lot this year, whereas some years people have got away with paying no subs, and it's ruined us finance a bit.
These changes should mean that overall sports societies receive more money. Cristiano Magalio, signing off.
One of of the biggest nights of the year for Winchester went out with a bang on Saturday night. Tens of thousands turned up for Winchester's Bonfire Night celebrations. Our reporter Marlon Ayling-Allen was one of them.
3, 2, 1.
It started with a bang. Winchester lit up the sky with its 60th fireworks and bonfire night on Saturday. Over 21,000 people made their way from the High Street to River Park Leisure Centre for the show-stopping event.
Loved it. It was fabulous. Very good. Yes, the warmth could be felt right at the back. Really enjoyed it. Every year it seems like it gets bigger and bigger.
The event was a great success and raised over £60,000 for charity. Marlon Ayling-Allen, Winchester News Online.
As part of the UK's first loneliness strategy, GPs will be able to send patients to social activities instead of prescribing drugs. Winchester's elderly residents are already singing their blues away. Emily Wilson reports.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing.
Elderly people in Winchester are taking part in social activities such as singing to tackle isolation. Feeling lonely is not pleasant for anyone, yet it is one of the biggest problems that Britain is facing at the moment, with 75% of GPs saying they see between 1 and 5 people a day suffering from loneliness. It is largely present among the older generations, especially those in retirement.
I've been retired now 18 years, and it was brilliant to begin with. And now I'm beginning to think, what do I do?
Instead of prescribing pills to combat loneliness, Theresa May has announced that by 2023, GPs will be able to direct patients to services that provide social activities, such as dancing, singing lessons and cookery classes on the NHS. Winchester's Live at Home scheme is a great example of what communities are already doing to support people.
In terms of GPs and social prescribing, I think that's a really positive thing. Coming to our groups and activities, people are getting out of the house, they're mixing with people of their own age group, they're feeling part of their community. It's about putting the money in when people need it.
My wife died last year. Makes life a little bit more easy. If you're just sitting at home reading a book or just sitting there watching television, you're not really living, you're just killing time.
Local authorities should look for opportunities to prevent or manage loneliness and isolation when commissioning services. I'm Emily Wilson, reporting for Winchester News Online.
Now, you may have enjoyed Harry's rendition of Singing in the Rain. Well, Theatre Royal in Winchester are putting on their own performance of the famous musical this week. Athena Lakey has more.
Winchester Musicals and Opera Society are set to present the classic performance of Singing in the Rain, but are they ready for the curtains to open?
Just over a week to go and everything's finally coming together. It's always the same with rehearsals. You panic at the last minute and then the last couple of rehearsals we finally get to where we need to be.
1, 2, 3, go! With the countdown approaching, the performance is certainly one you wouldn't want to miss.
We've got a really great costume team like the Chesels Theatre. They've been really kind and lent us some costumes as well this time around. Absolutely astounding sets, all made here in Winchester by volunteers.
The theatre performance of Singing in the Rain will be performed at the Theatre Royal in Winchester on the 7th of November until the 10th, so make sure you get your tickets. Athena Lakey, Winchester News Online.
That's all for this week. I'm Nicole Moore. Thank you very much for watching.